Welcome to How to Play Teemo. The main objective when you're playing Teemo top is to get your enemy top laner to rage as fast as possible. If you play any other way, you're doing it wrong, so we're going to start off by getting first blood. Easily. You make sure he doesn't have flash, because he's an idiot try-hard top laner, and then you're going to chase him down and ping your jungler, who's currently invading the enemy blue, to come up and ambush the polar bear in a way more unexpected than global warming. You're going to hit him with the fade away and just walk out, letting the superior snow beast eat him for breakfast. After returning to lane and farming for a little while, he's going to come back with a new vengeance. Convinced he has an advantage because he backed and is 2 levels down, he's going to wait for his opportunity and take it. Finally he hones in on the minion he wants for breakfast, while you take away his escape route and start feeding him that fatal poison berry from hell. Once he wakes up from his slumber and realizes what's going on, he gets smacked in the face by a blinding berry, making his deadly paws into a children's toy. Missing red devil Teemo giving you 2 kills in 1 minute. You'll know your opponent has lost the will to live when they whip out one of the best insults that they can come up with in their depressed state of mind, immediately preceding another valiant attempt at a comeback. So you're going to hit him with another blind, and just keep attacking him with the minions because he's bad and his brain has stopped functioning as he watches his health bar vanish. Now that you're level 6, the game is pretty much over because you have more bombs than the US military, and thanks to your strategic placement, every single bomb is in places that conveniently find the polar bear and his human girlfriend. Once again he's going to see a low health Teemo and have no memory of what has happened previously. Like the primal mammal, he is running you down as fast as his huge legs can take him until the tranquilizers start to set in and he questions his ability to live. Somehow he gets out alive and you miss the opportunity for a kill. Is what would happen if Volibear knew what day it was, but he's done the calculations and is sure that with the right positioning he will be able to kill you no problem. After he beats around the bush for what feels like the build-up to his big break, he runs into your perfectly placed landmine that he could have sworn wasn't there a second ago, and then forget that Teemo can make all of his auto attacks irrelevant and give you an extra couple hundred gold before you go back. Then you take a few more plating and a couple more waves while strategically placing your landmines and then getting ready to recall until you realize that Volibear is level 6, which means he's itching to throw a temper tantrum. So predicting what cereal he's going to have for breakfast, you call in your jungler and get the freest kill of your life, baiting his paws of thunder into another toxic trap deadlier than Volibear's bathroom after Chipotle. Finally you're going to stick with the original game plan and make sure you're flaming the enemy top laner and typing so much that you get murked by the enemy Vi, but it's okay because the game plan is working perfectly as his own team is turning against him and joining the party that Volibear has been at since first blood, wishing he wasn't alive. You're so far ahead at this point that a challenger would say the game is over, so you're just going to run down the oversized dog, forcing him into multiple toxic traps along the way to get him down to a quarter health before you've even attacked the minions. Thankfully this sad excuse for a pony has his macro strategy mastered and recalls to heal up and teleport back to his death in record time by running you down with his health advantage until he's hit the devil's candy so many times he's past the point of no return and has to take the fast track back to the fountain. People might say that playing Teemo is boring and troll, but every once in a while the Adderall hits and it just keeps you coming back for more, knowing that you've taken a random person on this earth and ruined their day from behind your computer, and the only way they can cope is by insulting your manhood. Luckily you've been preparing for this moment since you were 7 and can destroy him with one simple sentence. After taking the biggest hit to his ego since he dropped the winning pass in flag football 20 years ago, Marslax 2 Damax wants to assert his dominance in the only way he knows how. As expected, the moment he returns to his personal hellscape he presses his temper tantrum button, but because you're the devil you can see his every move and he doesn't get any damage off on you before perishing in a poisonous mushroom fire as expected. Santa's neglected helper wants the devil's candy. but this time he's called his girlfriend for help, which is an intriguing change of pace. You know you're going to win with your win fight button, blind distraction button. But then it doesn't go off and you get punched harder than Floyd Mayweather hit Logan Paul and sent back to the shadow realm. Thankfully, because of your S-tier champion choice, you don't even need to be alive to get more kills, because the reindeer's huge brain can't remember that there could be shrooms anywhere he steps, giving you more gold to perfect your craft. After killing the bear for sport, you're going to switch it up with a little fishing, except this time around the only person you're baiting is your own mid laner, who make a clutch last-second decision to destroy his lane opponent. Once you return to lane, you're going to realize that Volibear's teammates have finally told him to get a red trinket. Since that's against the rules in hell, you're going to run him down and blind him so that he can't do any damage. Then bait him into the mushroom that he knew was there, and send him back to the place where he spends most of his time. For another refreshing change of pace, you realize the enemy has a fizz and get murdered by the big shark. But not before dropping a few bombs and igniting a vengeance that will last for the rest of eternity. Once you return, you light up the jungle more than the battlefield with your shrooms, and then run down the brain-dead bear once again. Because he is bad. Because you're salty you died, you're going to flash after him to secure the kill before establishing the enemy Julja as your personal battlefield. Guess whom? Volibear is overextended again and you kill him for fun. Then you see Elise for the first time and drop a few Kobe's into the mix before the fish sees you and smashes his face against his keyboard to make sure you die. Thankfully your teammates are going to put him in his place while you wash up another kill with your poison, because Teemo is a balanced champion. Finally, you're going to run it down because you're still salty about when he killed you. He instantly sends his homing missile onto you, and you know it's only a matter of time before a shark comes to eat you because you're an innocent bunny in a big ocean. But you manage to drop a few eggs for Fizz to choke on as you go on to the afterlife once again. You're going to do the exact same pathing and return to the jungle and make sure you lay down a line of landmine right in their base so they can't go anywhere without feeling the poisonous stench coat their body. Finally you see the enemy ADC out of position, so you're going to use your high IQ to say, "I'm Teemo. She's an ADC and you can win these." But thankfully, because you're Teemo, Misfortune doesn't need to hit a single auto attack to kill you. Fortunately, you're going to find peace in the afterlife when your lane opponent starts flaming his jungler with an unfounded statement, and then you're going to gently remind him of his past that he just can't seem to grasp because his memory is so small and he couldn't pass a matching game from the second grade. You're just going to throw down some shrooms in strategic places for him to walk into after the fight when he thinks that he's winning, and remind him who's boss and that the big bear can't get anything done except for set a new record with his 17th death of the game. Once his team sees his score, they instantly click the "I'm bad at League of Legends and mental resiliency" button, so you rack up another win without ever entering mid lane or bot lane, because with Red Devil Teemo you climb for free without ever leaving your lane. Subscribe.